evening, all you Minties, and welcome back to another episode of Reelz Talk with your host, the amazing Amanda, and my lovely co-host, the Uncanny Omar, who's back from his trip finally.
I am. Thank you. Thank you for having me back. Wait,
Yeah.
This is my show. Never mind. Thanks for leaving the door open. How's everybody doing? How are you doing?
Oh, good. Really good. Missed you while you were gone. Got to do one show with Maddie, which was fun. Talked about Secret Invasion, and I know you and I want to talk a little bit about it too tonight, since now we're 4 episodes in. So we'll probably be talking about that tonight. But I kept Omar abreast over the course of his 2-week trip on the going-ons in Hollywood while he's been traveling the world and seeing things that are much more important than who's winning at the box office. Or
can I chime in?
Yes,
because that is the perfect choice of words. Amanda kept me abreast while I was in Japan with amazing gifts like this. You have no idea how much I appreciate that.
For anyone who's not familiar with that, so Selma Hayek, I think early this week or end of last week, got to like 5 million followers or something like that on Instagram. And so she posted that video as a way to thank all of her fans, as if she doesn't know why people are liking and going onto her Instagram, because she even mentions in the caption that people seem to like her pictures of her in a bikini the most often. So, so there we go. I think Omar needs an updated GIF, and I couldn't think of a better one than that one. So that's my welcome back present for Omar.
That was a really nice surprise. Wow.
Segment. Yeah.
Whew. Salma, my goodness.
Yes.
Good to see her come back in Eternals too.
Oh, maybe.
It
was good to see her Magic Mike's Last Dance, I guess. Or in Black Mirror. That actually was pretty cool.
That was. I actually, that was the only one I saw. So let's see here. We got a lot to talk about, and you've got actual banners. So what is this thing in the background? Are we having an award ceremony? What's that about?
I couldn't think of a good background for this segment, and so we're going to end tonight to talk about the Emmy nominations, because some of our Marvel TV shows have been nominated. Some of our favorite drama series, comedy series have been nominated for Emmys this year. And so we're going to talk about that, but we're going to leave it for last because we have a lot of other stuff to catch up on, things that have happened over the last 2 weeks, trailers to discuss, casting news, box office triumphs and failures, if you will. So we have a lot to talk about tonight that Omar didn't get to talk about the last couple of weeks on this show.
No.
And then, we'll finish with the Emmy nominations, and hopefully no news of a SAG strike, but we'll see what happens as the night wears on. Anyone know if they've decided to strike or not? Because the deal ends tonight, so I didn't know if it happened yet.
Is anybody else striking? The actors striking? What's going on?
Midnight. It's tonight at midnight, so we'll be all asleep by the time we figure out if they strike or not. But we'll talk about that too. Succession and Last of Us are cleaning up. In fact, I know this is off topic, but Pedro Pascal has never been nominated for an Emmy, and he's been nominated for 3 Emmys for his first time. 3 for Last of Us, a guest as a guest host or guest actor in a variety show for SNL, and then also for a narration in like a docu-series. He narrated, I don't remember what the docu-series is, but he's been nominated 3 times and he's never been nominated before. So that's pretty good for him. Well done, Internet Zaddy, or whatever they call him these days.
Internet Zaddy? What is that? What's up, Kingsport Cal? How are you, brother? The AI intro. I guess we could talk a little bit about that. What do you want to talk about first, though? This is your baby. I'm just here to get caught up. So let's just
get it out of the way.
Let's
talk about the box office news.
Box office news. Okay.
Because, yes. So obviously the box office has not been doing well so far. And I want to bring back to a time in our lives about maybe a month ago when Omar and I were discussing who would win at the box office this summer. And I think you all remember what we're going to talk about.
Is it the Flashpoint? What is? Oh, shoot! Amanda's got internet connections. Oh, that's a bad.
But here's the thing that Flash has going for it: Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck.
But also
Ezra. Yeah, but come on, between you and I, who's gonna go see that movie for Ezra Miller?
No, not for him, but some people won't go see it because.
Oh, you think they boycotted it because of Ezra Miller?
But also because, and also it's still a DC film, and currently the public perception around a lot of DC films is, I mean, the last one that came out was Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and let's see how fast did that thing fall out of the top 10.
Yeah, but that wasn't a great movie though.
Okay, I think we'll leave it there. So, sometimes one can be right. Can you fix what is going on here? Not everyone can be right when they predict the box office. So, yes, as you all know, The Flash has already fallen out of the top 10. We did review it, but obviously that
wasn't a bad movie.
And
it's not my fault people didn't go see it.
I know, this is true. So Omar went on vacation, so we didn't get to talk about his debut. It debuted at $55 million domestically on its opening weekend, and it has now since become what they're saying the worst box office flop for a superhero movie in all superhero movie history.
No.
It 72. It is 72.5% from.
I refuse to believe that. That's crap. What are you talking about?
They're based off of how much it's. Keep in mind how much of it's budgeted, plus how much it's making. So they're looking at the budget, right? And so if it's not successful, if it's their stand to lose $200 million on this movie now because of its lackluster box office performance. Like I said, it's already out of the top 10.
I was thinking of movies like Steel, and I'm like, oh, that's right. They spent $10 on Steel and made $1. I guess it's not as bad as this.
Yes, and then
Michael Keaton and Batfleck. Come on, what happened, guys?
No. And so it already has been removed from. I heard at least 1,500 theaters as of July 1st as well. So the likelihood it probably will be released early digitally, so they can try to recoup some of those. Yep, July 18th. Meanwhile, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has earned over $642 million worldwide. Its domestic gross so far will probably surpass Guardians 3. Their final gross was around 357.
I'm all Team Spider-Verse now, so it's all good.
It's all good. Good. Oh, I love that. Yes.
Team Spider-Verse now, so
yes.
And while Spider-Verse from the beginning,
of course you were. I was Team Spider-Verse. No one goes to see animated films. No,
I didn't say no one. I didn't say that. Don't take it out of context, woman.
Hey, it said 55 million.
Okay.
I recorded the whole thing.
You did record? Did someone say Catwoman?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes, baby.
Practical effects.
You know why I did so well? Because of practical effects like this. Yes.
Yes. So, meanwhile, other box office news. So, I don't know if anyone else saw Indiana Jones last week, and I had the pleasure of seeing it. It was okay. Omar has not seen it, so I don't want to give any spoilers away. It was good to see Harrison Ford back. The AI, some of it worked for me, some of it did not. The de-aging effects, and it got a little crazy at times with the plot, and not sure how I felt about some middle parts. But I did like the ending. It was very nostalgic. It did make me tear up. But unfortunately, that one will also probably looking to fall the same way as The Flash, Omar.
No.
So it only opened.
And I can't blame Shia LaBeouf for that one.
Yeah, no, you can't blame him. Yes, and I can't tell you what happens to him either. So it only made about 65. I think they adjusted it with the 4-day gross. I think it was 83 million over a 5-day weekend when they adjusted it for the 4th of July. But the 3-day weekend was only 65 million. Obviously not what they were looking to see, because this movie, budget-wise, was like upwards of $350 million.
Well, the de-aging effect that they've been using, that is not cheap.
No, it can't be 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was a very expensive film. So they had to make a lot in that box office, and they really were relying, I think, on nostalgia. But unfortunately, nostalgia wasn't there for a lot of folks. That wasn't going to bring them to the box office. And maybe people are just used to the fact that it's a Disney movie. They know it will be on Disney Plus here in 45 days or so. So why not just wait till it comes out on Disney Plus? People may not have liked I think it's okay, I only know her nickname, Wombat, but Phoebe Waller-Bridges' character. Maybe they weren't a fan of that, and there's a lot of rumors early on about what her role was going to be in the film. None of those really came to fruition, but regardless, the rumors were already there, so people may not have wanted to see the film for that reason along with it. And yeah, I mean, it just did not do what people were anticipating. It definitely went lower than expectations. So, and it's for Lucasfilms, it's not the best look because they've already had their Willow TV series didn't perform well. It's already been pulled from Disney Plus. And so, then
let me ask you something about that really quick, and then we can keep going about the box office. With Willow being pulled from, and we're not talking about the film Willow, we're talking about the TV show Willow. With it being pulled from Disney Plus, does that mean that show is forever lost? Unless because there's no physical release of it, right?
Nope.
So without a physical release, and with it being pulled from streaming, I can't imagine anybody else rescuing that show.
Yep, unless you download it from somewhere. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to see that show.
Physical media forever, baby. Physical media forever.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, Lucasfilms they've not been doing well with their franchises. So let's see what. I don't know if in the hands of Disney, because even with Star Wars, half of it's good, half of it's not so good. There's been, criticism on both sides. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But yeah, the box office is looking a little down right now.
Yeah, so I did hear that Elementals did bad, but it picked up in the third week.
Yes.
Like unexpectedly, it picked up, and now it's up there amongst one of the highest ranking or highest earners post-COVID.
It's
not that I don't know what that means.
As far as Pixar movies, it has ranked above Lightyear and Good. It's almost at Good Dinosaur, so it's not the lowest ranking.
Good
Pixar.
Dinosaur, that was bad, right?
I know. Yes, and yeah, I mean, my daughter liked it, but yes, it wasn't the best.
No. As far I don't mean it was a bad movie. I mean, it didn't do that well.
Oh, no, it didn't. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people were like, The Good Dinosaur, what's that? Because I don't think a lot of people have that even in their mind. But I mean, it's starting to make headway. I think just the longevity of it. Same with The Little Mermaid, if we're talking about Disney movies.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and I also end up seeing that in theaters. I do not like what they did with some of the songs. Not the word changes. I'm talking about the composition of the songs. They are missing what made those songs great. And it went on too long. And I brought my 18-month-old, and that was not for her. Let's just say that. But Halle Bailey was beautiful in it. She did a great job. And so did Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. But everything else I could have give or take with that film. But that one as well, it has some staying power, longevity power, as far as it's been a very consistent movie as far as its box office returns, which has been good for Disney because they need that right now.
Yeah, I don't know what they mess with. I was like, everybody likes Part of Your World, but I love Kiss the Girl.
So Kiss the Girl, that's the one I had a problem with, and then Under the Sea, because in those, there's this composition of, it's like a bunch of fish, it's loud music, it's like these massive choruses, it's beautiful. In this one, Under the Sea is kind of mellow. It's just Sebastian and then Ariel singing backup for him. So it feels weird, like very mellow. And then Kiss the Girl, there's not all the other fish are there. It's just Scuttle and Flounder singing with Sebastian. It just feels weird. I didn't like the composition of it. Maybe some people did. It was not for me. I prefer the originals. So there we go.
So here's something really important. Speaking of physical media, Avatar: Way of the Water received a 3D Blu-ray release. Now, this is true, what News Pooey Channel is saying. And initial shipments pretty much sold out day one. By now, more copies are getting out there. But now more copies are getting out there. Yeah, these things sell really well when it comes to physical media because they don't do a huge print run on them.
Yes.
And I feel like more and more, I mean, we have Disney has already said they have done away with physical media unless it's Marvel And Marvel movies, not even TV shows, Star Wars and the animated stuff, right? But like as far as like live action Disney movies, I don't think they're doing any releases of physical media.
Now, what about Fox movies that are under the Disney?
Well, I was gonna say if it's a Disney movie, right? Like I'm talking about old school movies like Witch Mountain, those kind of movies.
Escape from Witch Mountain and stuff like that.
Yeah, not the one with The Rock, but the original ones. You know what I'm saying? Like those live action movies, I think are gone, which sucks because now you can only you can find them in streaming. What's up, Colin? How are you, brother? We talk about fish that talk.
Enough said. Yes.
I forgot their drag queen, Ursula's. Yeah, she was based on Divine, right? So they went with, I don't know. I wasn't going to see it to begin with, and I've yet to break my streak of not seeing Disney remake live action movies. I guess this counts because it's multiple comics, but Cyberpunk Edge Runners anime killed me. I haven't seen it, but I just saw the new Bleach, and because I kept seeing Bleach everywhere in Japan when we were over there, like advertising the new anime that came out. Yeah. And I was like, I miss Bleach. I ain't seen Bleach in like 12 years. I gave up on the anime. It was okay. It was solid. It kind of gets me a little excited about going back and watching some anime. Let me see. How crazy vinyl records are back, but physical media for movies are going away. Here's the cool thing, Chris, is that when we were in Japan, I also saw a VHS store. And I know there's a VHS store in Chicago. There's one in Philly. There's one in, where was it? Is it upstate New York? I can't remember. But VHS are coming back. And that's cool because there's so many, especially if you grew up in the 80s, there's a lot of horror movies from the 80s that are gone. There's no streaming. There was no DVD release. They were only, because this is back when people could make movies. Anybody can make movies, and they put them on VHS. And that format is dying. So it makes me happy to see the return of these. Now it's going to be really interesting when people find like some homemade movies in some of those VHS and see what they find.
I know we have some homemade movies in VHS.
Yeah, I'm excited to keep watching Bleach. I dug the first one. You were born in 1990. God bless you.
God bless you.
Yes, hide your boxes of VHS near Mint talking anime. I think our first movie we reviewed for Reelz Talk was Bleach.
It was live action Bleach, but yes, it was Bleach.
Live action Bleach. That's right.
Live action Bleach. Yeah, but I mean, box office does have a couple of things coming up that
Mission Impossible, baby.
It looks like it's all up to Tom Cruise yet again.
It's all up to Tom Cruise.
Just like last year with Top Gun Maverick. We'll see if he could do it again with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Reviews so far look great, and I love the camaraderie. Tom Cruise is all about the movies. Obviously, I think he's done some commercials about it. He had that intro about going to the movies before Top Gun Maverick last year, which is great. But he's been promoting not only his own movie, but seeing both Barbie and Oppenheimer, which come out together next week. Omar and I want to try to see a double feature of that, but we're trying to decide which to see first. The sad movie that apparently has a very powerful down ending, or the upbeat movie that will probably not be like that.
I think we all know where Oppenheimer ends, though, or where it goes.
Well, I don't know. Well, does it end with the bomb, or does it end with him going through the McCarthy era? Because that's pretty sad.
It's a long movie, though, right? It's like
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
And
I think apparently it has Nolan's first like official sex scene. Because apparently Nolan's doesn't have sex scenes in his films. This one will have his first like actual sex scene. I was reading an article about it, like legit, like actually having sex between like Oppenheimer or Cillian Murphy and Cillian Murphy and Florence Pugh, who plays his.
Whoa, my girl Florence Pugh's in this. Yes. Okay, now I'm in.
But I know Omar is excited for Barbie, if only because of this. Look at this. No. When I saw this come out, I said, "Hell yeah!" I haven't heard Ryan Gosling sing. Well, okay, since La
La Land,
but since Mickey Mouse Club too. Because this is more my style. And look, even we got a scroll invasion over here with Gravik showing up for some reason.
Gravik. Baby. That's how you get people to the movie theater. Sex scenes are back, baby.
Let's do it.
And it's a 3-hour movie, so you know Nolan's gonna make it all artsy and stuff. So it's gonna.
I can't wait. I hear
5 minutes sex scene.
I hear it's gonna be fantastic. I'm looking forward to both of those films. I'm looking forward to seeing. We're gonna see Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 tomorrow. So we should probably have a review for that probably Friday, Omar, if you're up for it.
What?
A review of Dead Reckoning Part 1.
What's Friday? Yes. Looking at my schedule. Yes. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Y'all can come over. I got some stuff for you from Japan anyway, so y'all can come over.
Yay! Okay, sounds good.
So what is this? Not only is physical media dying, the $53 million Disney Plus film creator was just removed from their service 48 days after release.
I didn't even know it was on there. It's a sci-fi film that they made, and if they didn't promote it on Disney Plus or anything, I didn't even know what it was, and then all of a sudden it just got removed.
So it was a sci-fi film. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That they had created, and there's a number of other sci-fi things I think they took off of their site, but off the streaming site. But yeah, it's a shame.
This is a really good question. How long does physical media last? Don't they degrade after a few decades? So that's why we have the AFI, right? AFI every few years preserves movies forever. Well, as long as humanity's still around, right? And before whatever happens. Yeah. But that's why we have the importance of the AFI. But as far as I remember DVDs, the DVD lifespan is supposed to be, I want to say 21 to 23 years, something like that. I remember because I was reading about this because I used to burn DVDs, and it was I was always curious as to like how long these things would last. If a real DVD would last 21, 23 years, how long does a burn DVD last, or a VCD? VHS for some reason lasted a little bit longer. So yeah. Did Memento have a sex scene? Can't remember. See what I did there? Thanks, Chris, for that. I don't think it did.
I don't think it did.
I still love Memento to this day. It's one of my favorites. I'm excited for Oppenheimer. And yes, I did shave my beard.
I know. It shocks me too. It's hard for me to look at him right now.
It's hard to look at me. What the fuck?
I'm just kidding.
What?
I got you. Wait, I got you, Hayden. There's your pink TARDIS. I know.
They set up a pink TARDIS in London because the 15th Doctor is in the Barbie movie. Was a genius.
So the marketing for Barbie, I got to admit, has been wild. I mean, you can actually Airbnb the Malibu beach house.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that she went over there with her daughter, and she has pictures of them, and I'm like, this is so ridiculous.
Yes, and then of course Margot Robbie, her entire press tour, she's been dressing like all the different iconic classic Barbie outfits, and it's been fantastic. As someone who adored Barbie, grew up with Barbie Land in her basement, it makes me very excited. I'm very excited for this film, and also for Oppenheimer.
Well, it's interesting to see that that they went with Margot Robbie, but wasn't it Amy Schumer that was supposed to be originally cast as Barbie? That's pretty interesting. Dude, I still have CDs I burned 20 plus years ago. I listened to them, and that's what's up. My daughter just bought a bunch of CDs when we were in Japan, and I was like, no, that is the only physical format we don't have in the house. We have vinyl. I don't need another physical format. But she's big into these video games and anime, and they're only available in CDs. Oh, if you record your VHS and SP, okay, you know how we know our asses are old News Food Channel because you're talking about SP, LP, and EP rather than EP, SLP. It will last longer and look better. Avoid storing them in a damn place, though. Oh man, I'm sorry. Love Margot Robbie. Yes, have you seen the video of Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling playing with puppies? Incredible.
Yes, it was incredible. Ryan Gosling. I hear that Ken steals the show in the film, and of course, Ryan Gosling's an amazing actor. So I have no doubt that he puts up quite an effort in the film.
Oh, I used to make money on the side burning CDs, man. I remember the Blueprint. The Blueprint CD dropped like a month before it was legit out in stores. I remember making so much money off of that. Oh that was Jay-Z's album, by the way.
Yeah, man, I burned so many CDs, so many mixed CDs in my life. I should have sold some of them. My sister has all of them still. She keeps all of our burnt CDs to see.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, to see what we used to listen to back in the day. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's our box office news. Obviously, hopefully Mission Impossible, Barbie, and Oppenheimer will live up to the hype and bring the box office back. I think people are interested in these films Mission Impossible.
What's the biggest movie right now as far as like summer? Since summer, would that be Spider-Verse?
Well, right now it's still Guardians because Guardians kicked off the summer movie.
Oh, it did? Okay.
But it's already it's about out of theaters because I already have it on digital. And so, and I've watched it probably about 5 times since it's come out on digital.
Didn't we just talk about how you need to get the physical media?
I know, but I still cry every time. And I find new things to talk about that film. But I think Spider-Man will end up surpassing its domestic gross and it will be the biggest box office. Unless Mission Impossible, Barbie, and Oppenheimer really do what they want to do.
Unless Flash comes back for another screening, and we gotta get all the Flash heads out there.
They might put it back out in theaters like Sony did Morbius and see what happens.
So what's up? What's next?
So our next thing I think we should talk about is Superman.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you called this.
Oh, another time I'm right in my life. So
that's twice.
That's
it. That's all she's got.
Twice in my life, and that's it. I'm not going to be right anytime. So yes, a few weeks ago, they finally announced the casting for Superman and Lois. And we have David Cornsweet and, of course, my favorite actress, Rachel Brosnahan from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I couldn't have thought that's who I wanted, both these actors. So I'm super
really
happy.
Did.
And I'm so stoked for her to be Lois Lane. You have no idea. But they weren't done. We thought we were like, yeah, well, okay, we got Lois, we got Superman, maybe we'll get Lex Luthor next. No, we didn't get Lex Luthor.
No, they didn't get Lex Luthor.
We got the most random 3 characters, but one of them, so exciting. We got news yesterday, I think, that Nathan Fillion is going to be cast as Guy Gardner. Then you have Isabella Merced is Hot Girl, and then Eddie Gathegi is Mr. Terrific. And so for those of you who are not familiar with any of these people, I hope you're familiar with Nathan Fillion. We've wanted to cast Nathan Fillion as some version of a...
Okay, I wanted Hal Jordan, not Guy Gardner, but I'll take Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner.
I mean, how's everyone feeling about that? Because I was so excited to see that Nathan Fillion is going to be
I'm just glad he's going to be a live-action hero. So man, he's great. Yeah, and I'm sure it's going to be one of these things where people are upset because, he's too old. But I don't know, man. It seems like, they've cast older people before in the past for big roles like, the Hulk or Iron Man. And we are talking about Guy Gardner. I don't know how many Green Lantern films they have. So I don't know how I feel about Mr. Terrific, honestly. That's the one that bugs me because I think in my head I've always had a look for Mr. Terrific. And I don't know.
So
but then again, okay, I'm you know what, Amanda? I'm just going to go on and say it. Mr. Terrific has a certain look. And this is the look I'm going for. This is it. This is the look I'm going.
You know what? Considering everything's happened to Secret Invasion, you might get what you want anyway.
Oh, I hope so.
No, well, what's so interesting about that is Eddie's. Most people might remember him as Darwin from X-Men First Class.
I remember. He was okay.
So, I mean, I'll be interested to see what his take is, and then Isabel Merced.
She's a cutie. Who is that?
Okay, so she was in Dora, the Lost City of Gold. She was Dora the Explorer. That without everyone's like, whoa. She
was Dora the Explorer.
Where she's like kind of, busty. And I was
wait. She was Dora the Explorer, like the original Dora?
No, the live action one that came out was like
dude, swipe. Yeah. I was like, dude.
So, and then she's also in Transformers. Sure. She was in Transformers The Last Night. And she's also in Madame Web as Aranya.
Aranya.
So
that Duolingo's paying off.
Yes, she's got a lot going for her.
Wow, she's
gorgeous. Yeah.
We also got this news
today. So NoHo Hank from Barry, love that show. Love Anthony Kerrigan. He was just announced as well. So what do you feel about that? Have you ever seen Barry, Uncanny or Omar?
Okay, you can just call me Omar. It's okay. I know I've been gone for like 3 goddamn weeks. But you just I have not seen Barry, but I've seen this actor before. It's really cool that we're getting all this cast, but I think we texted a little bit about this, and
Yes,
I think I just have the fear of, like, if we're gonna have a Superman movie, I'd rather the focus be on Superman and Lois and less on these characters. Now, yes, they can have cameos, but what I don't want is, Superman is this alien, he's coming to Earth, nobody really trusts him, so they send out the Justice Society of America to go and deal with him. And I'm like, well, that's the same damn plot as Black Adam. Like, we know these things don't work when you have too many things going for a movie. And it's like, whose movie is this? So I hope Gunn does right by it, because we haven't really seen him handle a solo character, right? Like, even Peacemaker, to an extent, is like an extension of the Suicide Squad.
True.
Because he has his own team. So we haven't really seen him do a solo movie. So I'm curious to see how he's going to handle, and why even announce these if they're going to be cameos. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You're introducing a whole new world, so you have to do like some world building, and you have to like show that there's superheroes in this world. So I don't know. I'm both excited, of course, because it's new, and also a little bit worried because we've seen that formula before and it just doesn't work that well.
Well, so James Gunn did address this because someone asked after the first 3 were announced about, casting all these people, and haven't we seen this before? DC did it with the Justice League and with Batman v Superman, too many at one time. And he said, the reason these superheroes are in the film is because they fit the story I'm telling, and story always comes first. And he reassured fans that the primary focus on the story is Superman and Lois.
Good.
He also confirmed that Nathan Fillion will have a bowl cut, just like Guy Gardner.
That's how you win. That's how you win the fan. That's how you win the fans over. Like I said, I'm sure it's in good hands. I just
worried about it.
I kind of wish we go back to those days where it was just a standalone superhero movies. It feels like, since Marvel has done this formula of like one thing leading into another, you're almost forced to have like share screen time between superheroes.
Yes.
And it's been a long time since we've had a solo superhero movie. So that's kind of what I wanted back. But yeah, Superman, dude, you called it. Both Superman and Lois. I'm really happy. That's cool, because I know that's something you wanted. So my Lois was a lot better choice, but that's okay. And my Superman looks like your Superman. I can't even tell the difference of whatever.
And they all look like a younger version.
They all look like Henry Cavill in a way, like a young Henry Cavill. So
I mean, which is fine. I mean, the only problem is they want a younger Superman, but given everything that's going on in Hollywood, which we'll talk about,
right?
When is he actually going to be filming this, and how old is Superman going to be by the time they get to film it? So in addition to that, this is a little side note, but the rumors were flying for a long time that they were going to cast Adam Driver and Margot Robbie as Reed Richards and Sue Storm respectively in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, but now reports are saying they are no longer considering them for the roles, which I think a lot of people are breathing a sigh of relief. So I don't think a lot of people were really up for either one of those castings. I know we've talked about get unknown actors, right? Get lesser known actors to play these roles. Stop getting these expensive actors to come in here, because both of them have already been part of franchises. Given that Disney needs to recoup a lot of funds, I think they need to go with lesser known actors and not, expensive actors and bloat their budgets up so much. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Give me a homeless guy from Amsterdam.
Well, at this point, if
my Wolverine
strike, it's as long as they're not part of the SAG, they'll cast them.
Not part of the SAG. No, they're not. That's when James Gunn is filming Superman Legacy. Excited. I have a lot of friends who work on Marvel movies. You should be shocked how fast they film these. I'm shocked how fast they film movies to begin with. I thought some of these would take forever because holy crap. It's amazing to see how some of these movies get made and so fast. It's usually the post-production that takes forever.
Yeah.
Barbie Reelz Talk. That might be next Friday.
Next Friday. We're going to be doing a double feature Reelz Talk. 1 hour devoted to Barbie, another devoted to Oppenheimer.
Bruce Campbell is Jor-El. We're going to start casting those characters now.
Might as well. We might as well.
Superman Legacy has a lot of cast actors, while Fantastic Four has nothing. It could end up being whack. They usually reveal that all at D23 or no San Diego Comic-Con this year, though.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that as well because, it looks like D23. If SAG doesn't go on strike, if SAG doesn't go on strike at midnight, because obviously one of the things that they will not be allowed to do, actors who are part of SAG, is like promote films and things like that. So they won't be able to come to those events and do those things. Hence why I think a lot of studios pulled out of San Diego Comic-Con this year. I guess we can talk about that because we're already talking about it. Yes, that was the big story in the last couple of weeks, was that at San Diego Comic-Con, there's no Marvel, no HBO, therefore no DC.
No MC, no Marvel
panels,
movies.
No panels. So no panels.
The movies.
Or TV shows.
Marvel Comics is going to be there.
Okay, comics, yes. So comics, they'll have a presence on the floor as far as they'll have a booth, but they're not going to be doing like panels for any of the like Loki. Obviously, Loki's coming out soon, but no panel on that. We're not going to be seeing anything like that. Marvels, which is coming out soon, but we won't be seeing any like panels on that as well. And then same with like DC, they will not be there. Universal also pulled out. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the fact that they do not know if there's going to be a strike after tonight. And so they're playing their cards right. Or they've all started doing their own thing, right? DC has their fandom event, DC Fandom, is that what it's called? Then Marvel's part of D23. So maybe they're trying to do their own thing. I don't know. But for one, San Diego Comic-Con will be more focused on comics than it will be on Hollywood.
I mean, that was the original idea behind
right?
San Diego Comic-Con, so I don't see a problem with that. Of course, the promoters and the people running the show, of course, are worried about it because that's where a lot of the money is from. The normal people that don't read comics are there to go see movies and TV shows and things like that. Yep. So they will be losing money. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with that comic convention. I think it got ridiculously too big, though.
It did.
Ridiculously too big. But then even towards like 1997, 1998, it was starting to change. Like you started to seeing things like TV shows. And I think later on it was anime, and then it became a big movie thing. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with San Diego Comic-Con for the years to come.
Yeah. I mean, I went in 2012 and I was so excited, but that experience was so lackluster for me. You couldn't walk the floor. You had to wait in a line to get to a booth just to see the booth, just to shop in the booth.
Right? Not even panels.
Yeah. And then the panel, we waited 3+ hours to try to see the Walking Dead panel, but they would let people stay if they wanted to stay. And so, of course, people just watched panel after panel in Hall H, and this line moved very slowly. And by the time they passed the Walking Dead panel, we just said, forget it, and got out of line. It was not fun. It was not worth the money. You know, you and I have been to C2E2. We've been to our own local cons. I'd much prefer to go to that stuff than deal with that crap, because we get to interview comic creators. We get to see some of the stars more so than we did at Comic-Con at San Diego. So I'm okay with them not showing up in San Diego.
You're missing so much of the convention if you are camping out the night before for a certain panel. You know, you miss out on so much of the convention. But I guess we'll see. E3 is also having issues too.
Yeah,
E3 is also having issues with a lot of people not wanting, because I feel like everybody just has their own thing and they can all do it digitally where people can be at home. So my normie self's first comic was Witchblade Volume 1 Witch Hunt, signed by Ron Mars. My good friend purchased it for me. So nice. Heroes Con has been one of my favorite conventions. Melanie and I really like that one because that one focuses on comics. But I think there's really good mixes out there of comics and movies that is still handled well. That's why I like C2E2. C2E2 is a really good convention, and it has a good mix of comics and entertainment.
How was New York's? Because you went to New York's last year, right?
New York was the biggest convention like New York has ever had.
Yeah.
Because the first, 2020 they didn't have one. 2021 I think when they opened 2021, they were still wearing masks. There were still a lot of restrictions. But last year, it was insane. It was like shoulder to shoulder. And it was one of those things, even with a press pass and things like that, you still had to pick and choose which panel you went to. You still had to get in line. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was big. I think they're doing a Disney Plus Day again this year. So that might be where we get some Marvel news. Probably no movie stuff. I'm pretty sure the Disney thing, the D23, is when we'll have the cast of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that won't be till next year, though, like Hayden had said earlier, because they do it every 2 years. So it'll be in 2024, we'll have D23. And honestly, I think Marvel, it would do them good to not announce things, take a break. Because I think after everything that happened, the dwindling returns on their newer stuff. Obviously, Guardians did great, but Guardians is also the third in a trilogy that has just ended, right? So the things that are supposed to kick off this new era, like Quantumanium, for example, even Secret Invasion's opening like premiere numbers weren't that great. I mean, people weren't like, oh, got it. Like, it was not the must-see Wednesday morning, gotta watch this TV that a lot of people were hoping. I think Disney was hoping for, because, it was like a limited event. We got Nick Fury back, but I think that there's, I guess dwindling, I don't say interest, but trust from Marvel fans that Disney's going to deliver what they used to deliver back in the day. And so maybe it's time for them to take a step back and look at their strategy. They've already pushed everything back anyway. Look at her.
and also see what works, right? What works and what doesn't work. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
What's next on?
Oh, next thing we got to talk about. So kind of along the sides of casting news, but we've got our first look at Deadpool 3.
Yeah, man.
Boy, are we.
Oh, gosh, this looks so good. Look at these two. Look at these two. Wow. Whoa, I could watch that all day, every day. No, seriously, look. Wow, we get dude, I was so excited. Years.
It's so awesome.
Years of waiting, decades of waiting for a Wolverine in an outfit. Yeah, I know people are already like, oh, his mask isn't there. Dude, give it time. I can't wait for this.
It's going to be there. And some people are complaining about the sleeves, but apparently they've said the reason that Wolverine has sleeves is because, because Hugh Jackman is prone to skin cancer. So they wanted to protect him when he was out, because they're in the extreme desert heat, I guess, wherever they're filming. Mm-hmm. And so they wanted to protect him. So they gave him sleeves on his costumes. I think they look fine. I mean, the costume's still there. The idea is still there, right? So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really interested to see what the movie's going to be about, because we get him back. Some people are saying he might be like the live action version of Wolverine from X-Men 97, which we do know that X-Men 97 is coming out, the animated, on Disney Plus.
Really? Where did they get that? Dude, before Ryan Reynolds shared this, right? This image, we got this. Like,
yes.
What the hell? Like, Elektra. No, I'm sorry, Jennifer Garner coming back as Elektra, like, hit the news, and it's one of those things that's like, who asked for this? And then it's the other thing. It's like, oh, she's gonna be in Deadpool, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So my thought is there's gonna be a joke about the killing of like 21st Century Fox. We saw there's that other picture on set where it looks like the 20th Century Fox logo is like, yeah. So there might be this like killing of that universe, and maybe it's a little cameo of Jennifer Garner, and of course I'm sure she's game for that kind of stuff, so of course she'd probably go back and do it. Now the only better thing would be for freaking Ben Affleck to show up as Daredevil, and I'd be like, all right.
We don't need that. We need an Evanescence soundtrack. Thank you so much for the super chat, Kingsport Cal. Most YouTubers only answer super chats. I think it's dope you filtered through the live chat and answer the comments. It's more real. Shave 0 hair 8 X-Men for life, my dude. Yes, thank you so much for that. I was surprised to see Deadpool mask is on that heat. If Jackman films in the sun too much, we may get noseless Wolverine.
Yeah,
Phil Owens remembers the comics. It suits from the comic in Deadpool 3. Did anyone see the 10-minute of leaked footage with Reynolds, Jackman, and everyone? No, there was that.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's very Planet of the Apes. I was about to say.
I think that's
Planet
probably
of the Apes,
what they're going for, right?
Affleck return is rumored. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I know.
I enjoyed the Daredevil movie. No one did. We need Chris. I heard the director's cut was good. We never did watch the director's cut.
We should find it and watch it.
We need Chris Evans to return as Human Torch.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh. Then this movie could get too big too. Like I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for it. It's really I can't wait to see what Disney does with this R-rated movie, even though Deadpool 1 and 2 are on Disney Plus already.
Yeah, and which is awesome. I mean, I think at this point they're slowly easing us into we're going to have more adult content on Disney Plus, and I'm totally fine with that. My kid filters through Netflix, which has both adult and kids TV content. My kid's smart enough at 7 not to put on what she shouldn't be putting on, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Ryan.
What's up, Ryan? It's what people thought DS Mom was going to be. Yeah, DS Mom got crazy. Remember that? People were like trying to figure out the oh my gosh, breaking down the posters. People were going nuts. Marvel Studios, Omar, not Disney. But it's still the Disney era that own, or it's the Disney era, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Disney owns Marvel, so it makes sense to say Disney.
It does.
I mean, that's the kind of things that you hear online, though. That we're never going to see another Deadpool movie now that we have Disney Marvel. So here we are with this one. So I guess we'll see. You can find a link to the footage in the movies show's discussion channel on the NMC Patreon, which I've heard is a thing that exists. Thank you for that. We do have a Patreon. I did middle school Daredevil. Ben Affleck, you did middle school. You like dressed up as middle school Daredevil, like in middle school. Is that what you're saying? If they keep going all out with these returns, it would make sense to these rumors that Deadpool accidentally causes the incursion that triggers Secret Wars.
That'd be amazing.
And there they can reboot everything. Marvel Studios, Pixar, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century all work independently. Yeah, but it's still putting money in Disney's pockets, right?
I'm sure there's still some oversight.
Well, I think a lot of it is overseen by Disney too. That's what a lot of people's problems were with Pixar, saying that Pixar isn't creative anymore.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've read the reviews of Elemental. I haven't taken my daughters to see it. I'll probably wait till it comes out on streaming. And I hate that I said that, but it has some good ideas, but is derivative of other Pixar films. I don't feel like it was truly original. There's another film coming out that does look promising. Is it a wishing star? I think something like that. So that one, Wish. I think it's called Wish. That looks a little promising. We'll see how it goes. But
you watched Daredevil in middle school? Okay. Ooh, I feel old.
No, high school. Sorry, high school.
I still feel old. Hope Deadpool features poorly rendered globes with scenes from 1940s Captain America serial and Bill Bixby fighting a giant spider. It's too soon, Cullen. It's too soon. Have we not learned anything from this past?
I don't know. James, that is a really good question. I'm curious
people can be wrong a couple of times.
People can be wrong sometimes. It's possible. Every once in a while.
Dude, listen, I was just reading what you were writing. It's cool, man. It's cool.
It's totally cool.
Sometimes I just don't want to misread what you were typing.
Yes.
Blue Beetle going to be some peak stuff. Yeah, I just saw the new trailer. Yeah. Told me there was a new trailer.
Let's talk about that. So, are we as far as Deadpool? I think read the Deadpool. I mean, Is there anything else? We are excited for it. I can't wait. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be cool. As long as there's no strike at midnight, which someone asked, I think it's probably Pacific Standard Time is when that midnight strike's gonna hit. If it does. If the federal mediators do not come in and save the day, which I don't think they will, because that's not really the Fed style. So unless it's a bank that's about to go under, then they will come and save the day at the last minute at the expense.
What the hell are we talking about now?
Okay. There's been some new trailers. So some that have come out while Omar was on his little fun trip to Japan, and some have come out recently. Let's talk about this. The first one came out, I think, while you were gone.
What was it?
And that was what I think everyone's been looking forward to. I mean, I know. And that is Kraven the Hunter.
Did that come out while I was in Japan? I think it did. Yeah.
It came out while you were in Japan, because I have the I was looking through our chat to see when I texted you about this stuff, so I knew where to get it from. And yeah, so that's coming out. We got Russell Crowe is Kraven's father.
Oh, that's right, because I texted you saying, dude, this guy's everybody's daddy in superhero land.
Oh, I got that for you. Yeah.
Superman's dad. He's Hercules' dad, and now he's Kraven the Hunter's dad.
Yeah.
And Kraven gets his power from a lion's blood.
Yeah. So if you watch the trailer, you have like young Kraven and his brother is Alexei, right? And I think it's who grows up. Yeah. So you have the two of them, and their father is clearly as a hunter, and they grow up. He's clearly at odds with his father. He does not agree with his father's lifestyle or whatever it is, but he gets bit by a lion, much like Spider-Man gets bit by a spider, and the lion's like saliva, blood goes into his blood, and he's like has these now superpowers. So that's happening.
It can't be worse than Morbius, right? Like, wait a minute. Are you telling me, Amanda,
yes,
that Morbius did better than Flash? Like, as far as making money, there's no way. No way. Yes, I'm taking
it. Look it up. Hold on a second. I need my numbers.
I'm taking up for Flash again because I refuse to believe that it's the worst performing superhero movie.
Its drop is second to Morbius. The drop, but I don't know as far as
I can't believe we're comparing the Flash to Morbius.
Weekend. So
people see that movie.
Yes, people did see Morbius, but the thing is, Morbius was still during the pandemic too, like where people weren't really.
Don't give that movie some excuses. We went to see it. It was bad, dude. Did you mean to forward me the Blue Beetle trailer in Spanish? Because you didn't think I could understand the English?
No, that's the one I watched. Okay. Oh no, the trailer's in English, but it says SD.
Yeah, but everything is written in Spanish.
Yeah, no, that's what I watched. I'm sorry, that's what happened.
Okay.
I mean, I'm excited for Kraven mostly for this, and that's Aaron Taylor.
Oh, the costume, the accuracy.
Cowl, yeah, the lion cowl that he's gonna wear around his body. Clearly, is what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, dude, that guy's beefed up. He's huge.
I know. I feel like Marvel really missed their chance with him. I mean, look at that.
Well, I mean, what can you do?
I don't know. He could have played anything. Look at that. I mean, that is definitely like a guy with like the long, like the kind of long, dark, curly hair. I mean, this is what I go for.
This is what you go for?
That's
what you go for now?
That's what I go for.
I thought you went for like Tom Holland. Tom Holland looks. What happened with Tom Holland?
I think at the beginning, he doesn't really.
I heard that. I heard he's sober. I heard he's sober now.
Yeah, that was an interesting turn. So The Crowded Room came out, which is his show on Apple, which
I'm sure it's great.
It's okay. He hasn't had a lot of luck with things that aren't Spider-Man, which scares me a little bit to thinking that maybe that's his like going to be his apex, right? It's okay, but apparently he suffered from alcoholism, which no one had known about, and he's young. He's only like 25, 26, so that's sad to see. But it is Hollywood, so I'm not also surprised. I mean, look at poor Drew Barrymore, of course. But I'm glad that he's getting sober and he's, has support, taking his break and things like that. So everyone should do that if they need help.
Absolutely. And I think it's really cool that, okay. So who cares? If Spider-Man is the best thing you did with your career, then
yeah.
You were Spider-Man. Like, yes. That's a hell of a resume.
Yeah.
I like the trailer and even the new take on his origin, especially since it's technically an alternate universe version of Kraven the Hunter. Not mad because the Sony films aren't 616. I don't know if Sony films know what they are. I'm still confused as to What character belongs where? All right, Flash made $262 million and needed $400 million to break even. It's the worst failure since John Carter. Why do we keep calling
John Carter?
John Carter of Mars? That guy?
Man, Taylor Kitsch, they tried to make him happen so many times, and he's not like a terrible actor.
Oh, he was great in Friday Nights.
Nah, it's a shame. He's good. I liked him, but he just did not have luck when it came to
I don't know. I don't think he would have pulled off Gambit though.
Yeah.
So what's next? Was there another new trailer?
Yes. So we didn't talk about Blue Beetle. So we got a second final trailer because Blue Beetle comes out August 18th, I believe. I could be wrong on the date, a little bit off. But we got a second trailer. We get more action shots of the suit in action. We get more of Jaime, and the more I see it, the more I'm convinced that Xolo was the perfect cast for Jaime. I mean, I love that kid is so charismatic. If you ever see him and the kid who plays what's the Hawk with the mohawk in Cobra Kai, they have a podcast called Los Lobos podcast. And if you ever, those two are just hilarious. They are very charismatic, but he is great in this role. And the second trailer, interesting, makes it appear that Victoria Court is a villain.
I thought we knew that.
I didn't know she's a villain. I thought there was something to it, but not like the full-fledged.
She's playing Ted Kord's wife, right?
Yes, but she's doing something with the scarab, like creating something, and it's not a good thing. And of course, she also has her sidekick, Carapax. The Indestructible Man is going to be in there. That's a very poor shot from the trailer of Carapax's costume. A lot of people were making jokes about Transformers look-alike or something like that. So there was that going on. But I mean,
Ted Kord's sister. Thank you all.
Okay, sister. Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
So sister. Okay, that makes more sense. So maybe she won't be a villain by the end of it, but right now that's what she's looking like in the trailer. And of course, James Gunn is still saying that Jaime is our first superhero for the new DCU. He has plans for this character beyond Blue Beetle. So I do hope it does well, not just because of that, but mainly because I do like Xolo. I like Jaime Reyes, and I want to see this do well. Hopefully, Angel Soto, who is Angel Soto, is the director. I hope he does a good job. I will be seeing it when it comes out. Yeah,
I'm excited for it. It looks. I hate saying things like this, but it looks like Phase 1 Marvel, and that's okay because I was just complaining that I wanted superhero movies to be standalone movies again.
Yes.
So
no extra.
I mean, it looks fun. He's great. I really like the kid, but I also like the kid that played Atom Smasher in Black Adam.
Yeah, Noah Centineo. I like
that guy. I really like him too.
I did,
but I'm happy with the cast here. George Lopez, whatever.
Nice, George Lopez. He's good.
Basically, might be something where Ted Kord had an evil uncle or something to his evil stuff. So this time, evil sister. People. Where's Hayden? Hayden's comment. Low key looks like a Power Ranger when they get their power up armor. Yeah, but so did what were they called? The Night Angels from Black Panther and Ironheart. You know, Midnight Angels. Thank you.
Midnight Angels. Memory. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Imagine a sequel with Jaime, Ted, and Booster. Oh, dude, give me that.
Well, Booster, we know there's Booster Gold coming, so there's a series, so there's a possibility. So that may be where we see.
I want to see some Blue and Gold. My guess is Xolo Blue Beetle will be part of the Booster Gold series and possibly part of the Teen Titans. And he's young enough; they can get him in now. And
young.
Yeah,
they can keep him around as long as
I'm in. That's our next superhero movie we're reviewing. Right?
August 18th. That's our next one. And CGI looks better than the babies from the Flash. So.
We still hating on the Flash. We ain't done yet. Can a man make two mistakes?
Can a man make two mistakes? Yes. Last trailer we want to talk about that just also premiered is the Wonka trailer.
No, we don't want to talk about that crap.
I do because I didn't know that where is it that Hugh Grant was going to play an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, what the hell is this? Is the right question to be asking.
So the director is Paul King. You guys, if you ever watch any of the Paddington movies, he is the director of those movies, which apparently have like a perfect score on like Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic.
Paddington 2 had a perfect score.
Is he a Peruvian bear, Paddington?
Yeah, he's from Peru. That's why he's such a charmer.
Exactly.
Look, there's only one goddamn Willy Wonka, and it was Gene Wilder. I don't care about Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka. Who is this? Timothy Chalamet, I assume, right?
Yeah, he's like the it's him and Tom Holland, right? They look alike. They both have the Zendaya connection, but Timothy
They have
Chalamet,
a Zendaya connection.
Well, because Timothy Chalamet is in Dune, right? And so is she.
Look, quit trying to make Timothy Chalamet into Kevin Bacon. There's only 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, not Timothy Chalamet, okay?
No, but it's so basically the film is a young Willy Wonka who's taking on this chocolate mafia, chocolate cartel.
Oh God! Wait a minute! I thought they were kidding. Y'all were kidding. This is real.
Serious? No, it's real. He's serious, and I think it's definitely not anything off of the Johnny Depp Tim Burton version. It's more definitely like a spin-off of a Gene Wilder version. Though I love seeing arguments on Twitter and Instagram, and everyone's like, Depp was the better Willy Wonka. I'm like, no, Gene Wilder was the best Willy Wonka, not Johnny Depp. He was a Willy Wonka, but he's not the best.
Johnny Depp was a creepy Willy Wonka.
He was creepy, like a Michael Jackson version of Willy Wonka.
Yeah, all the jokes, all the jokes when that was coming out. Wow.
So, but no, Gene Wilder is, and that's what they could. When you watch the trailer, that's clearly the what Timothy Chalamet.
Hold on now, Hayden. Hold on, Hayden. They got to stop casting Americans. Dude,
they need to stop casting British people as Americans.
People have taken over so many American jobs, Hayden.
Yeah, they need to stop being Spider-Man or
all your folks, man. Doctor Strange. Come on now. We got to get one in there. Cancel, man. The chocolate mafia.
That sounds bad when you say it like that.
Mafia.
There's no way it sounds good. They call the chocolate cartel in the trailer, though.
Oh, that makes it better. Oompa Loompa here looks like Gene Wilder one. It does, but it's what's his face. It's
Hugh Grant. He's very Hugh Grant-y in the trailer. I was like,
I haven't even seen the trailer. You know, I've never seen the Tim Burton. I've never seen the Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka.
You're not missing much. Either. That was also very strange. I did not like that.
Nope, never mind. That was Finding Neverland. Wrong movie.
I did like that. I did like Finding Neverland.
Had nothing to do with Willy Wonka.
No, that's Peter Pan, but some kids thing regardless.
I about started watching this because I just finished The Bear and I needed something to watch, but instead I decided to watch Uncle Buck for like the 80th time because I love that movie.
I need to remember to watch that TV show.
My Adventures with Superman? Yeah, it looks solid.
I'm watching like reruns of Home Improvement on Disney Plus.
What?
Yes.
Did you guys see the Napoleon trailer? That looks good.
Yes.
That looks so good.
It's very good. I remember.
Dude, what's up, Brian? I hope y'all put your chocolate in the fridge. Some think I'm weird for doing that. No, I don't.
Oh, you're good.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've done that.
Oh, I do.
Tomboy Lois Lane. Oh yeah. Okay, Tomboy Lois Lane, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I need to watch it because I keep forgetting to watch it, and I'm trying. What am I gonna watch? As soon as like The Bear, I binged in like 2 days. Secret Invasion comes on once a week.
Yeah, dude, I binged The Bear in 2 days. This season was so good.
It was better than season 1. I think better than season 1.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my gosh, the fork episode, that's one of the best TV episodes I've seen.
I think so Fishes. Good. For me, the fish, 7 Fishes. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that was really good, but I'll talk about it later because I don't want to spoil it. I will not be at San Diego Comic-Con this year. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
They doing a Napoleon Dynamite remake? I don't think so. Did you ever watch the cartoon? All I know about the new Superman show is that he has a Sailor Moon magical girl transformation into his suit, and I'm here for it. That's awesome.
I need to watch it because Jack Quaid's the voice, and I love Jack Quaid.
Yeah. Secret Invasion is boring you. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah,
Maybe Secret Invasion might be better binge watching it. I don't know.
think
Meanwhile, everyone's sleeping on Warrior season 3, episode 5 out later tonight. Dude, I ain't seen Warrior season 1, episode 1, so I'm really behind on that show.
We're watching Bloodhounds on Netflix. The Korean boxing.
That is.
It's a Korean boxing series. I don't know.
I had to wash my eyes of Secret Invasion with another Samurai Jack rewatch.
Wow.
That bad, huh?
Someone was asking about Dune 2. Did you get to see the Dune 2 trailer yet?
I saw the Dune 2 trailer. That was another one that came out while I was in Japan.
It did, yeah. We got to see Florence Pugh in that one finally. And
I'm all about that one.
Butler, yes. I'm excited for that to come out. I won't be pregnant or just having a baby when it comes out, so that'll be good because I tried to watch. Yes, not maybe. That will have no baby. Yes, no, because when Dune 1 came out, it was same day, right? Release because that's what Warner Brothers was doing at the time, and I was in the hospital with my newborn. So my husband and I tried to watch Dune on his iPad. That's
not a good movie.
We're already like sleep deprived. Not a good move. I would not recommend that to anyone. But I am very excited for Dune 2 and where Paul Atreides and his crew go from here.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I love the first one. Thought they did a good. I'm a big fan of the book, so I like where they went with it. Yo, you were a cook for 18 years, man. That's cool, dude. It's a good show, and season 2 is better than season 1, man.
It is. You will not be disappointed, King's Board Pal. You're gonna love it.
You may be. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, or it may be traumatizing if you are a cook and you are reliving some of your worst days as being a cook because it's rough. It makes me not want to get into the food business. That's for sure.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that stuff. Samantha trying to manifest her having another baby. I don't think so.
I'm done. No, I'm trying to manifest not having another one. That's possible.
Okay. Was it the last trailer? What other topics we talk about today? We got a lot to talk about.
We got lots to talk about. All right. So since we kind of talked about it a little bit, let's talk about Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
With spoilers.
Yeah, let's put spoilers.
No, you want to do spoilers? Okay.
I put spoilers at the bottom.
We're 4 episodes in. Just kind of a quick little what I think of it so far. I liked a little bit of episode 1. I really like Talos with Fury. It's nice, almost like a buddy cop. Their chemistry together is really good. But it is Samuel L. Jackson. So Samuel L. Jackson with just about anybody is really good together. I find the villain really boring. What's his name? Gravik, yeah. And I don't know. I don't think it's the actor. It's just the way that he's written.
Yeah.
Really boring.
So, yeah.
Not. I don't see any threat in him. Like it's just the delivery of the lines. And even Daenerys.
Oh yeah, Gaia. Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen her act in much outside of Game of Thrones. I mean, she was in Solo, and she was okay in Solo.
Yeah.
And that other. That romantic drama film where she takes care of a man who's without his legs weren't working. I don't know. It was she's
not
fine.
Me.
I gave the first episode a 7 out of 10, and so far my rating is still kind of staying the same. I haven't been. I mean, Olivia Colman to me has been the most interesting part because she is vicious and
she's always good in everything.
Yeah, pretty graphic. Episode 4. I mean, the fact that we've had 2 major deaths in the span of 4 episodes of 2 characters that have been in the MCU for a little bit is kind of shocking.
Maybe one of them. I don't know. It is Secret Invasion.
The most shocking thing is that it has any connection to Omar's favorite Marvel movie, and that is Iron Man 3.
Oh, the extremists.
That is what I cannot. Like, I was like, wait, we're really talking about extremists? That long ago.
That's how we're developing the Super Scrolls. That's where we're going.
We're going with
okay. They're not already an established part of the race that there's superior scrolls that can do this, but now we have to manufacture them. Secret Invasion definitely has a it's a different type of show. It's not like it's not an event. It's not like the superheroes are coming together to help out the Skrulls. It's Nick Fury having a secret life and coming back to Earth and talking about his wife. Because he had mentioned her in one of the movies before, saying that he got
to call his wife in Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Wow, look at you! You got a good memory.
And everyone thought he was just
And it's more about him and Talos teaming up to try to help out the Skrulls and finding their home, finding them a new home. It's just it never really feels like a big thing. It's just like a TV show about two people. I would watch the crap out of this show if it was just Talos and Nick Fury.
May not be that anymore, though.
At least this episode 4 kicked it up a notch with the action.
Yeah,
like,
episode 4. It's like they're doing the same thing that and the Classy Ulysses said. I thought Secret Invasion was a major event. It feels small. It does feel small, and I wonder if that's what they're trying to go for, the same feel as where Falcon Winter Soldier. Everything's kind of underground, right? But even that seemed to have higher stakes than some of the stuff that the Skrulls are doing in this, right? Manifesting all of these terrorist events. Clearly, they've infiltrated some of the top government agencies of different major nations, including the United States. We've come to find out, which is why Omar may get Terrence Howard back as Rhodey. Maybe. And then the question is, how long has he been a Skrull? Is my question. And where is?
Oh man, if Don Cheadle has been a Skrull the whole time, and we find out that Rhodey's been in a state of suspended animation, I'll take back everything I've said about the MCU. Like all the bad things I've said about the MCU. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been okay so far. I'm gonna wait until the whole series is over. We got 2 more episodes to judge the whole thing. Really a slow burn. But even episodes from like Moon Knight and WandaVision, man, WandaVision really set the bar high for me as far as Disney. With the exception of Ralph Boner, because that can go to hell. It really set the bar high for shows.
It really did, yeah.
Is there a small child next to you?
Yeah. She's clearly bored because we're the only ones here tonight.
I'm sorry, Lyndon. You feeling better, sweetie?
Oh, yeah. She's eating Captain Crunches. Oops, all berries. I can smell it. Go. Finish my story.
Which releases first, Ironheart or Armor Wars?
Good question, Cody. I don't know.
I think Ironheart might lead into Armor Wars. Yeah, because I don't know where even Secret Invasion leads into. Right? Secret Invasion
Ironheart leads into has already been filming. Yes, I would imagine that Secret Invasion will filter into Miss Marvel or like the Marvels, because
that's right.
Talking about how that Carol Danvers and him had promised that they would find the Skrulls a home, right? It's all and they're blaming Nick Fury, but let's not forget where the heck has she been this whole time? So I think that will play a part in the Marvels, maybe.
You think? Oh, this is really interesting. Rhodey became a Skrull sometime between Endgame and Falcon and Winter Soldier. So that's why he stopped wearing a brace. So the real Brody's still paralyzed, you think? Don't think Armor Wars is dated yet, but they changed Armor Wars from a TV show to a movie, right? That's the last thing that they said about that?
They did, yeah. That's the last thing they did. But they didn't have a date for it yet. There's a couple of things that haven't been released as far as, and right now
I really liked Hawkeye. I thought Hawkeye was excellent. I thought it started good. But I love that ending. I thought it was great. Plus it brought back Kingpin.
Oh yeah. Which unfortunately Born Again has also been halted production. So
I saw the
question of what's going to come out first in my mind, until these strikes are over, I'm not even guessing when things are going to come out, because there's no point at this point. You know what I mean?
Correct. And it's crazy to think the writer's strike we're entering the 70+ day of the writer's strike, and the SAG strike will probably start at midnight.
Yep. Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit, because I'm sure a lot of people were kind of shocked to hear that the Screen Actors Guild, that's the SAG, SAG-AFTRA is the full acronym. We're in negotiations with the Association of Motion Picture Producers, Motion Picture and Television Producers, the Alliance. I'm sorry. So that includes like Disney, Netflix, Amazon, all those big production companies. And they extended their deadline to today. Their concerns are very similar to the writers. Basically, compensation for actors when their work ends up on streaming platforms. And I think, a lot of that, if we all remember, Black Widow came out and then later Scarlett Johansson sued Disney because her agreement, right? Because she was supposed to get a portion of those box office profits. So when Chapek at the time, who was CEO, said we're going to release it same day on Disney Plus and in theaters, that cut into her money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what was agreed upon in her contract or anything like that. So of course she sued to get what was hers. And of course, when things are in streaming, just like with the writers, what happens? There was residuals, right? Nothing's getting syndicated and things like that. And of course, as we know, people can just take things off streaming whenever they like, and it's not being viewed at all. So I think they're looking at that as far as compensation. It's hard with compensation and actors, because we see actors like big actors like Meryl Streep and stuff who are fighting for this, and you're like, but you make so much money. But we have to keep in mind SAG's also the smaller actors, like our character actors, our supporting actors that probably aren't getting paid Meryl Streep money, right? So it's not about the big guys, but it's about the little ones too. And then of course, the use of AI. And I find that funny because that first Black Mirror episode of the new season was about the actors signing over their likenesses and then the Streamberry creating TV shows using their likenesses and then using the likenesses of us, people like us, because we also, unbeknownst to us, sign that contract when we sign up for the streaming service, that they can use our likeness and our things, right? And so it's very interesting.
People don't realize what, it's crazy. Anytime, look, like, I'm gonna tell you something you already know. Anytime you're using a free product, you are the product.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Anytime you're using something for free out there, and this is not just in the IT world, you have become the product.
That's
because
right.
Companies have every right to use whatever it is that you're using for free, like whether it's your voice, whether it's your journal, your online journal, whatever it is, nothing is sacred, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because this is affecting everything. It's not like if everybody's like, oh, I don't give a crap about a bunch of writers or actors striking. It affects everything. It affects people that are trying to get jobs, in the industry, and then the people that help support the industry too. So it's kind of crazy.
Yep. And what's crazy is if they do go on strike at midnight tonight, it'll be the first time in 60 years that both guilds.
How long? In how many years?
60 years since both have gone on strike simultaneously at the same time. So that's there's 160,000 members of SAG as well. So that's a lot of actors.
It's a lot of people
available. So, and what that means is they can't so if that happens, all this Deadpool 3 stuff we've been watching, that's done. They will not be able to film because that will be against strike rules, right? And I'm assuming both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are SAG members. So they will not be able to film anything else from Deadpool 3. And I think that's why, unlike the writer's strike, which is kind of sad, the producers are actually fighting for this one a little bit harder, using they're leaking stuff to the press before, and SAG's really upset about their dirty tactics, but also asking for that federal mediator and asking for the extension. So the producers are feeling the heat, and it's sad it had to take the actors to do that. But if it means that maybe these guilds both get what they want at the end of the day, I think that's the most important thing, right?
I think so. Yeah. What they're hoping for is that eventually the writers will give in, because they're going to run out of money. And they're going to, it is a case of, the big company bullying the small, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way these things work.
Did you hear about the writer from The Bear? So, The Bear's obviously won Emmys, been nominated, or it hasn't won Emmy yet, but it will, I'm sure.
Okay. You're giving away Emmys. I didn't know you had that power.
The Bear's been nominated. It's won Golden Globes, etc. And one of the writers on The Bear actually lived in an apartment with no heat. The studio Hulu would not fly him out to the writer's room in LA. He had to work remotely in his New York apartment. Some days he'd had to go to the library because he had no internet connection at his apartment. So this man's writing an probably Emmy Award winning comedy series that's made doing wonders for Hulu, right? Hulu, God, I mean, everyone's getting on Hulu to watch it. And that's his life. He can barely afford to have electricity and stuff in his house, and he's working at the library. So I guess that's
dude. When I worked at a comic book store, one of the people that was coming in to get their comics, he was one of the writers on Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah, that show. And I thought that's so cool. You're writing, you're writing a show in Hollywood, but he was also a bartender at Applebee's and writing that show. And I asked him, I was like, doesn't that show pay you enough? And he was like, that show pays me enough to get my comic books every month, and that's it. Now he had a lot of comics, but still, it was just kind of sad. Right. I mean, and that's just the way it is. Right. I've always said the people that make the most money are the people that put up the most money, the people that are taking a gamble with a movie, the producers, those people, they get all those people are the ones that make the most money when it comes to these things. So I hope it all works out, though.
I do, too, because I'd like to start seeing things being concrete, because James Gunn's talking about filming Superman next year, but things could get delayed if they go on strike. So that's, exactly. I'll be interested to see what happens moving forward. But who knows? At midnight, we could be just fine. I mean, at least when it comes to the actors.
Here's the question. How many leave the profession, and what will we lose if the studio wins?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Well, look, I'm sure the studio is looking at this thing, too, as, all right, we paid writers, the all this absurd amount of money for Ant-Man 3, for Flash. So I'm sure they're looking at it going, why don't we take a gamble with something else? Obviously, it didn't pay off.
But the thing is, with some of those studios, partly to blame for some of that too, which is
this is over 1% of that money, and you really think rich people care about how much percent you're cutting into their money, man? Doesn't matter how much of a percentage it is. It's money.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. There's also that lack of control. The studios have so much control over those productions. And sometimes I think that they have too much control, which is what could turn something that's not badly written into something that's very badly written at the end of the day. Or cut in a way that it looks like it's badly written, right? Just because of the way the studio wants it cut. They're not a fan of how it's been produced, and they need it to be fixed before it goes out because they think it's not going to test well with audiences or whatever stupid crap is. I don't know. We'll see. But in any case, at least we still have Emmy nominations that are coming up.
Hey,
at least TV's still going to recognize the best and the brightest from this past year. And I had told you when I said, Jamie Lee Curtis was nominated, I realized that the nominations for anything that was June of 2022 until March of this year. So
maybe next year she'll be nominated.
Yeah, so that's why next year she'll be nominated. So John Barenthal was in last year's The Bear. That's why he was nominated this year. Yeah. So let's talk about some of those nominations. Best drama series, we got big ones that all of us would probably be concerned of. Better Call Saul, Andor, The Crown, House of the Dragon, not surprised. The Last of Us, glad to see that one on there. Succession, of course, have a feeling that will win. It's his final season. The White Lotus.
I need to see The White Lotus. I keep forgetting about that show.
I keep forgetting they call it a drama series, even though this has a little bit of comedy. But
I thought it was a comedy series too.
Nope, it is a drama series. Maybe it was last year and they put it in the drama series this year. But for your drama series, who you hoping wins?
Is Last of Us in there as the drama?
It is.
I'm hoping Last of Us gets the win.
Why you hope Last of Us gets the win?
Because it proved that you could take a video game franchise and turn it into a successful show. It doesn't have to be crap, because we have drowned in crap of video game adaptations for decades, and this one they got right, and it was amazing. And I'm playing Last of Us 2 right now, and I'm already wanting to go back and rewatch season 1. So yeah, what about you? What do you hope wins?
I mean, honestly, Succession's last season was amazing, especially how it ended. So I would love to see it culminate and get that final award. I think it deserves it, but I could also see Last of Us winning as well. I thought from beginning to end that was a fantastic show. I thought it was well written, well acted, well directed, and I would love to see that win. Heck, I'd even like to see Andor win. Andor's also a great show.
Andor was solid.
Yeah,
Andor's up there for me. Like, that kind of restored my faith in Star Wars. Because you never know with Star Wars. Some of it is solid. Some of it the Street Fighter. Street Fighter is amazing if I'm using the same drugs that Jean-Claude Van Damme did while he was filming the entire thing.
Carl Urban being in the new the Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh my god, Mortal Kombat! The new Mortal Kombat movie was so. Do you remember we were gonna review it, and then both of us were like, "That was so shitty." I don't want to talk about it. It was so bad, so bad. Yeah, so I hope Last of Us gets some recognition. I'll be cool with Andor winning. That would be great.
All right, so
I think Succession has had its.
It has
share of wins already, right?
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's his 4th season, so it's won a lot. It's fair share. So I wouldn't be sad if it didn't win, because there are some really great contenders for the drama. So I'd be okay with it. But what about, so here's comedy series. We have Abbott Elementary. My personal
favorite. Love that series. I forgot about it.
Yes, I mean, it is one of the very few, multi-camera sitcoms that we have these days, in the bygone eras of like The Office and Parks and Rec. We don't have any of those really anymore, and Abbott Elementary is that, and it does such a fantastic job. Barry the Bear, obviously.
That's comedy?
Yeah, I know, which, I mean, there's funny moments, I guess, but then also kind of sad, like really sad.
I see that as a drama, like a really depressing drama. I don't see that as a comedy. Okay, go ahead. What else?
Oh, Jury Duty. I don't know what that is. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Again, that is a comedy.
That's definitely a comedy.
The final season, I kind of jumped around. I don't know how I felt about the final season. I don't think it was as solid as other seasons. Only Murders in the Building. 2nd season was pretty good. Ted Lasso. You already know my thoughts. I thought season 3 dropped the ball.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, the ending was cute. But I was watching someone else, and they said if you watched the first episode of Ted Lasso and the last episode of Ted Lasso, you'd think that everything would be fine. Of like the first
no,
and then the last, but then if you watch all of season 3, you're like, wait a minute, what? So that's how I felt about it. And then of course Wednesday, which I thought was a very interesting
comedy. Well, I guess it's a comedy. I guess if I had to pick from those.
They don't have like thriller. They don't have sci-fi. They should do more. They need more.
Yeah, they need to branch out a little bit. I guess out of those, it has to be the Bear. Who's this clean-shaven young boy sitting in Omar's? Dude, thank you.
I don't know, Cyclops. That's why I called him Uncanny Omar. I forgot who he was for a second.
No, she called me Uncanny. Amanda didn't dig season 3. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
It was all over the place. A lot of stuff happened off camera. They had like certain people's arcs were off camera. Things were happening. You just had to accept that it was. Like 1 minute, they're all hating Nate. The next minute, we want you back, coming back to the team. Like, what the heck? But there's no real progression. There is no real progression. Then 1 minute.
Stop talking.
Okay, sorry. I don't like the way, and they were longer. You're talking about hour-long, almost hour-long episodes too. And so for me, it did not hit the mark. Like the first two episodes, first 2 seasons were very tight. The way the stories were laid out, you could see the progression. Everything's like the writing in this one felt all over the place. And I know they had issues with it. They had delays trying to get things done. I know there was talk about issues in the writer's room. And I think you see that come across in this season. did not feel like
writer strike. How are there issues in the writing?
I don't know.
What's happening here?
Because Jason Sudeikis was all like, I don't know. Rumors were he was having a hard time making it all work. I don't know. A lot of thoughts in his head about how to end this thing. If it's okay. Ended, I don't know. Yeah.
Omar really the scroll that didn't get his copyright. Are we still talking about Emmy nominations? What's another show? What's another?
Right, so for limited series, fun fact: Obi-Wan Kenobi was nominated.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi did have the return of Hayden Christensen and James Earl Jones. Right? That's huge.
Yeah, that was big. I mean, it won't probably win against like Dahmer or even Daisy Jones in the Six. Those will probably.
Dahmer.
Yeah, I know. Lead actor in the drama series. That's where Pedro Pascal's nominated for Last of Us, which is great. But we also have we have all three men from Succession: Kieran Culkin, Brian Cox, and Jeremy Strong.
I thought Brian Cox had won already.
He had. Well, Jeremy Strong won.
Okay.
Yeah, previous. And I think maybe Brian Cox had. Of course, Bob Odenkirk too.
Oh, dude, I love The Sopranos. I was just thinking about that today. Prey got 5 nominations. The Predator movie is an Emmy-nominated movie. Dang. That's what's up. I love that. That movie was solid.
Yeah. Brian, yes. Thank you. He says I'm 100% correct about Ted Lasso 3.
I don't know. Okay, first of all, no way is Amanda 100% correct about anything.
I don't know. I was right twice in my life.
Okay, twice. That's it.
Yeah, so I would be cool with Pedro Pascal. Like if all 3 Succession guys cancel each other out and then Pedro for the win.
I would love for Pedro Pascal to win all 3 of them.
I would like the Zaddy to get up on stage and just be awesome. Lead actress in a drama series, Bella Ramsey was nominated, even though I thought they didn't want to be nominated.
Last of Us? Really?
Yeah, because they felt like there wasn't a place for them because they're non-binary, but she's nominated for lead actress in the series. But Kerry Russell was also nominated for The Diplomat, and The Diplomat was fantastic. If anyone hasn't seen that on Netflix, I highly recommend you watch The Diplomat. It's actually a really good show, and it leaves on such a good cliffhanger.
The Diplomat.
Yeah.
Have I seen that? I don't know if I've seen
it. No,
that.
you haven't. It came out not too long ago, but it's
I haven't. Amanda actually knows what I watch. Okay.
Yes, I know. Oh, and Sarah Snook from Succession was also nominated, so there's a good chance she's going to win for that one.
Finally, somebody with some good sense.
Oh,
that's just what she's wrong about Ireland.
I love the first 2 seasons. I just rewatched that last season and look at it from my viewpoint and see, is it really written the way it could have been written? And then, go from there.
Mi hermano, Blue Beetle, 18 de agosto, solo en cines. Blue Beetle, August 18th, only a movie theater. Right. Thank you so much for that. That's right. Okay, yeah. This sounds fine. Emmy sounds fine. I dig.
What? I mean,
mini events, though. I guess we haven't had that many great mini events in a while. I was trying to think of mini series but then the Elizabeth Olsen show, that wouldn't have been nominated because that will be nominated next year probably.
It will. Yeah, I think that came out.
That was great.
I think that came out too late, May, right? And I think, so it might come out next year.
Barry got a nomination for Best Comedy. Is that right?
Yeah,
Best Comedy.
And then of course, I believe what's his name was nominated. Yeah, Bill Hader for Best Lead Actor. And then I don't know if
Primal's an event. Dude, I try to watch Primal with my kids and their friends.
Oh, Anthony Kerrigan was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Barry.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And their friends had no interest in that show.
Primal?
Well, I was like, it's so good. Yeah, I've watched the first season with the girls. It's rough. It's a little bit rough because it's about a caveman. There's no words, right? It's the guy that did Samurai Jack. And now we watched it with Tina, and they're quick little episodes, but his whole family gets killed by a big dinosaur, and then he befriends another dinosaur whose family also gets killed. It's really it's good. It's a good show. I haven't seen anything past season 1, but it's good. All right, what's next?
What's next? That's all I have.
Wait a minute. Jesse Plemons got a nomination for that Elizabeth Olsen show, and she didn't. How does she know? What is it called? Something killing. Oh my gosh, what is that show called?
He did.
It's
Wait, hold on.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It was on HBO.
Love and Death. Oh, he did. Yeah.
What? And she didn't get a nomination. Oh, she was
He did
robbed.
not
She
get
was
a
phenomenal
nominated.
in there.
Yeah, who got
Not my
nominated?
friends and my kids' friends, dude.
Lead
Kids
actor
aren't interested in that,
limited
unfortunately.
series. Because I think that's what it was under. Lizzie Kaplan for Fleischman's in Trouble. Jessica Chastain for George and Tammy. Dominic Fishback.
Okay, she was
which
awesome.
I'm surprised by. Catherine Hahn for Tiny Beautiful Things. Have to watch that. I heard that was really good. Riley Cow. I'm for Daisy Jones in The Six. I don't know if I would have picked her over Elizabeth Olsen.
Dude, Elizabeth Olsen, I'm serious. This was by far the best thing she's done. She was phenomenal in that.
Was Daniel Radcliffe nominated? I don't think so.
Oh,
he was. Yes, he was. He was. Oh, that's fantastic. He was for lead actor in a limited series.
Cyclops better than Wolverine. Abilene Elementary winning best comedy. Mark my words.
I would love to see that happens because I honestly do think. I mean,
over the Bear.
Well, because the Bear
is it an actual comedy though?
It was an actual comedy.
Oh, well then yes, it should win.
It's an actual. I love the Bear. I would, and it's probably. I mean, because of the hype, it'll probably win. But Abbott is so good as a comedy, like a real comedy. Oh, good. They did put out an article because she should get nominated for that. Yes, and no hard feelings, Jet. It's okay that we don't agree on that. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Me and Omar usually don't agree on a lot of things. So that's typical.
I don't know how we don't kill each other. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's another superhero movie I'm excited to go see. Looks cute.
I'll be interested to see how that goes in theaters.
Omar, Batman TMNT is real. Actually out now. The omnibus, saw that PRH screwed that one, or not PRH. Lunar screwed that one up. So Lunar I think released it this week, and then PRH will be releasing it first week of August. You guys are awesome. No, sir, you're awesome. And hit that like button, you effing nerds. Thanks for that.
Good for new. Good reminder.
I appreciate that. All right, what else we got? What else you got here?
That's all I had as far as news for tonight. I mean, I think we
make sure I used all the gifts here. Use all the gifts.
We could go through those Craven gifts. I just think, man, he is just but I am very excited for Barbie.
Yes, I agree.
I'm also excited for Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, yes, finally getting his due. And just because it's been a while. There we go. Nice.
Oh, that's not. Yes.
Yes. Mark my words. Oh, yeah, the new Godzilla trailer hit. I was excited at first because I thought it was like a prequel to Shin Godzilla.
But it's not.
It is not. No. Wish I had more time to watch TV and movies. Family omnis take up too much time.
Yeah,
That they do.
They do.
Goodbye, my friends. We'll see each other again. Arya, how are you? And thank you for that. I haven't seen Arya pop up in forever. Barbie doesn't sound too appealing to me, but I'm a huge Greta Gerwig fan.
It's. I heard it. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. I think.
Obadiah Stane, William Stryker, and Wallace Wells from Scott Pilgrim are battling each other for outstanding lead actor. The dude, what was he nominated for?
Who?
What's his name? The dude.
Obadiah Stane?
The actor.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges,
he's for I just was looking it up. Because he was in the best actor category. The Old Man. I've not seen that. If anyone has seen that, how is it? Because neither one of us has seen it.
I haven't seen it. No spoilers.
But it is cool that Obadiah Stane, William Stryker, and Wallace Wells are all.
Oh wait, The Old Man. I've seen that. I didn't know that's what you said. I didn't know that's what you said.
Now you know it's what it is.
My sleep schedule is all messed up. Barbie has the same plot of the live-action Masters of the Universe and Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Are you serious? Well, good journey then. Anything else before we sign off tonight, Amanda?
No, that is all I've got. But we will be doing a review of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning 1 on Friday after we go see it tomorrow. And then next week, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program. And probably
back to our regularly scheduled.
Yeah, well, we'll have like something that's not just news and updates. We'll have like a show that's just about.
Oh, we will? What are we talking about?
I don't know. I mean,
was it really that bad? Was it really that good?
I would really like it. We talked about when we should do. Oh, we should do Electra. I thought we were going to talk about doing Electra now that she's going to be in.
I thought we did Electra. Did we do Electra?
Daredevil.
We didn't do Electra?
We did Daredevil.
Are you sure about that?
All right, we can check it out.
I'm going to go and check out. I'm pretty sure it was just so awful that maybe I thought we did.
Yeah.
Electra, man. Yeah, we did, dude. We did. It wasn't really that bad. March 10th, 2021, Electra.
Yeah, we did do it. Well done.
Are you agreeing with me?
No, I guess I didn't remember that. That's how bad it was. We'll figure it out.
That would have been awesome if we did it again.
That would be awesome. See if our thoughts changed after watching it a second time.
We're like, oh, wow, it was a really good movie.
Yes.
Was it really that bad for Daredevil, though? Yep, we did. We did. That was April, about a year before that.
We should do Wolverine. We should do Wolverine X-Men's Origins.
God dang, those movies suck. Okay, maybe we should.
I mean, yeah.
Was it really that bad? The Wolverine or Wolverine Origins? All right, let's do it.
Yeah, one of those. We'll do one of those next week, and then get ready for Barbie and Oppenheimer, man.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. What would you call the second review? Is it still that? I don't know. There were movies that people have rated low that we found to be pretty good or good, despite of what people says. Hey, Richard or Joey. Sorry,
Joey. Unless he goes by his last name.
All right, Amanda, do your thing.
All right. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at Near Mint Con. Remember, check us out on Spreadshop for some great Near Mint Condition merchandise. And also check us out on Patreon for $1 a month or more. You can support us here and get some really cool perks along the way. And last but not least, if it's classy and cool, it must be Near Mint. Good journey till all are one. We'll see you on Friday for Dead Reckoning, Part 1.
Yes.
Ooh, did that?
Bye, everybody.
A little bit.
What's that?